Hello guys, welcome back. So in today's video we're going to be having a look at an unboxing of Creed Aventus 19S01 batch that I've just bought in a Facebook group here in the UK. Now this is one of my quickie unedited videos, so no clever intros. We'll get straight stuck into it. I hope you enjoy the format. So Creed Aventus, of course, perhaps the most talked about niche fragrance in the fragrance community, and I have been a long time owner of just a 30ml small bottle that they used to make, batch 15X01, and also a decant from a roughly similar era that I don't know the batch number of that one. So apparently since then the fragrance has really changed a lot. I've tried it in stores a few times. It still smelled like Aventus to me, but I was really curious to get my hands on a proper bottle with the nice black label and everything. It's a 50ml bottle that I bought on a Facebook group this week. So there's a lot of attention still paid to Aventus in some quarters of the fragrance community. Great Facebook groups out there. You've got the Aventus Lounge, shout out to them over in the USA, and there's a UK version of the Aventus Lounge as well now, and these guys know all about the differences between the different batches. I looked up the one that I've got, 19S01. Most people say it's pretty good actually as the modern batches go, but a little bit on the more fruity, citrusy side, which seems to be the way Aventus batches are going, generally speaking. So we're going to get stuck into it. Just going to not mess around here, just going to chop the end off and see what we have. 50ml bottle. I got it for a really reasonable price, not super cheap, but very well priced. So as you would expect, we have some bubble wrap. I'll try and get stuck into that ASAP. Here we go. And we seem to at last be in. Here we go. Okay, so there it is, the classic Creed Aventus box. Everything looks okay. I think the people in this group are pretty trustworthy. There's always a chance that fakes do get passed around. Now, very sadly, he did warn me about this, that the batch number has been rubbed off there a little bit, which is kind of a bummer. So I'm just having a look myself there. Yeah, 19S01, you can pretty much see that, but it's going to be on the bottle too. So, lovely looking box, and I'm really glad to have that in my collection because I haven't had the proper presentation of the fragrance up until now. Let's open her up. He did mention that he doesn't have the box and papers. I think he'd already bought it from someone somewhere else. Ah, not the box. He didn't have the papers, he said, but it does appear that he does have the papers, so maybe they turned up in the end. Not the little card with the picture of the guys' heads on that one though. So it all looks legit to me as far as I can tell. Here's the bottle, the classic Creed Aventus bottle, very nearly full, 50ml one. And I'm going to look very closely for the batch number on the bottom. I'm just going to do that off camera first. Yeah, if we look very carefully, I'm not sure if it will show up on camera. Well, I can confirm that it does say 19S01 on there. Okay, so let's give it a spray and see how this new modern version stacks up against my Aventus 15X01, which I have already pre-sprayed on a card here. I'm also going to compare it to Emperor Maximus from Parfum's Vintage, Pineapple Vintage Emperor Maximus, which I've also got on a card here, which I think is a really, really excellent Creed Aventus alternative that I have made a video that included some information about that one recently. Okay, let's get this one onto a card then. By the way, you can see that you want to see that whiteness underneath the cap means it's more likely to be authentic, so that's reassuring. Let's get her sprayed on the card then. 2 sprays. Okay, so it's the classic citrus, bergamot, pineapple, apple combination that we all know and love from Creed Aventus. Good opening. Let's give it a little bit more time there. Yeah, it's well balanced. You know, there's a really nice zesty freshness about the fragrance, but it's not just all about the citrus. If I compare it to the 15X01, I can also already recognise some of the similar accords that I love about my X01 batch from 2015. This was just sprayed a few minutes ago, the older Aventus batch. So the newer one, maybe, I mean, it's a few minutes difference, but it's coming off a little bit sharper and fresher than my old 15X01 batch. Of course, that batch must have aged a little bit over the years. Maybe some of the top notes have faded, so it's really hard to judge the sort of differences objectively and know what is causing the differences between the different batches. So far, this smells really, really nice. You get that sort of subtle sweetness, the blackcurrant, the vanilla in there. I'm not getting much of the patchouli or birchwood, but those have always been things that come through a little more as the fragrance ages. There's a noticeable difference, but you would expect that. Everyone says the batches vary, and there's 5 years difference in age, or 4 years in the two batches. I'm certainly not of the opinion that Aventus of 2019 is no longer any good, or that it's been completely emaciated. Based on this first impression, it still smells really nice. The Emperor Maximus EDP from Parfums Vintage, pretty comparable. It's maybe a tad bit even more fresh and citrusy. This Emperor Maximus, I think, is based on batches from around about the 2017-18 era, but apparently Aventus has got even more fruity since then, so I'm not sure. There's not a lot in it. Maybe you can just about tell. I'm not sure if I could say which ones were the Aventus and which one is the Emperor Maximus if I had to blind sniff them. There's not a lot in it, guys. I certainly think that the modern batches, based on this very, very preliminary first impression, which doesn't include any information about performance, smell like it's still Aventus. It doesn't suck. I love the packaging. I think the 50 mils are really cute. I'm going to do a little bit more on this, bit of research, maybe a video about the subject in more depth, which is the best Aventus era to go for. Are you still okay with the modern ones? I know even since 2019, people say it's been reformulated, it's changed, it's gone downhill. Is the Pineapple Vintage range now the best alternative? Many people think the performance is better. It captures the oomph of the old batches a lot better than any of the modern Real Creed Aventus ones do. Guys, I want your opinion on this down in the comments below. By the way, don't forget, if you're in the USA, Canada, UK or EU, Gravitas Pour Homme is still in stock in all those countries for prompt delivery wherever you are. My own fantastic fougere fragrance from the brand Naughton and Wilson. Follow the link in the description if you'd like to snap it up. Thanks a lot for joining me. I'll see you in the next video. Remember, whatever you're doing in life, let's project. Bye bye. Smelly.